The air crackled with fear. Gunfire echoed through the streets, screams pierced the night. Tel Aviv, a city known for its vibrancy and lively atmosphere, was suddenly gripped by terror and uncertainty. A bustling train station, once a symbol of daily life and routine, transformed into a scene of unimaginable chaos and confusion. A peaceful evening, filled with the promise of relaxation, was shattered by the piercing staccato of automatic weapons. Passers-by, caught in the crossfire, scrambled for cover, their faces etched with terror and disbelief. Panic surged through the crowd like a tidal wave, sweeping everyone in its path. The stench of gunpowder mingled with the acrid smell of smoke, choking the air and heightening the sense of dread. This was a nightmare come to life, a scene from which there seemed no escape. Amidst the carnage, two figures emerged, their actions defying the surrounding chaos and offering a glimmer of hope. One, a young mother, her body a shield protecting her infant son, her eyes filled with fierce determination. The other, a man, his face etched with determination and resolve, a beacon of hope in the heart of darkness. This is their story, a tale of courage and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. Just weeks earlier, Israel had been rocked by the devastating events of October 7th. Terrorists, fueled by hatred, unleashed a wave of violence that shook the nation. Images of the attacks seared into the collective memory served as a stark reminder of the ever-present threat. But from the ashes of that tragedy rose stories of resilience and courage. Ordinary citizens, thrust into extraordinary circumstances, displayed remarkable bravery. Among them was a man, his name whispered with reverence. The hero of October 7th. He had acted without hesitation, his quick thinking and decisive action saving countless lives. Now, fate had once again placed him in the path of terror. Inbar Vigda, a young mother, strolled through the bustling train station. Her infant son nestled securely in his stroller. Life was good, filled with the simple joys of motherhood and the promise of a bright future. She was surrounded by the familiar comforts of her city, her heart brimming with love for her child. The city was alive with the sounds of everyday life, a symphony of normalcy. Then, in an instant, the world exploded. Gunfire erupted, shattering the evening calm and sending waves of panic through the station. Inbar, her senses overwhelmed by the sudden chaos, instinctively understood the danger that now surrounded them. She had to protect her son, her most precious treasure. With a mother's fierce love and unwavering determination, she shielded his tiny body with her own, taking the brunt of the attack. Her thoughts were solely on his safety. Across the station, the hero of October 7th, a man whose instincts were honed by years of military service, reacted instantly to the threat. He knew the sounds of war, the chilling cadence of gunfire, and the urgency it demanded. This was not a drill, this was real, and the stakes were life and death. And he was the only thing standing between innocent lives and unimaginable horror. His courage and quick thinking would be the difference between tragedy and survival. Years of military service had trained him for this moment. The discipline, the tactical awareness, the unwavering commitment to protect, it all came rushing back. Assessing the situation in a heartbeat, he identified the terrorists. Their movements were chaotic, fueled by rage, but he saw through their frenzy. He knew their objective, to inflict maximum casualties, to spread terror, but he would deny them their victory. Drawing on his training, he moved with precision, using every bit of cover, every second of distraction to his advantage. He was a phantom, a whisper of defiance in the face of evil. The terrorists, drunk on bloodlust, continued their rampage. They believed they were invincible, their reign of terror unstoppable, but they had underestimated the courage of one man. As the terrorists reloaded, momentarily distracted, the hero seized his opportunity. With lightning speed and deadly accuracy, he neutralized the threat. The gunfire ceased. Silence descended, heavy and absolute. People cautiously emerged from their hiding places, their faces etched with shock and disbelief. The nightmare was over. They were alive, and they owed their lives to the man who stood before them, his face grim, his hands still trembling from the adrenaline coursing through his veins. The aftermath of the attack was a scene of devastation and heartbreak. The air was thick with the acrid smell of smoke and the cries of those who had lost everything. Buildings lay in ruins and the streets were littered with debris, a stark reminder of the violence that had erupted. The injured cried out for help, their moans a stark counterpoint to the stunned silence of the witnesses. People stood in shock, unable to comprehend the horror that had unfolded before their eyes. The chaos was overwhelming, with emergency sirens blaring and the frantic shouts of rescuers trying to bring order to the madness. First responders rushed to the scene, their faces grim as they tended to the wounded and comforted the grieving. Paramedics worked tirelessly, administering first aid and transporting the injured to hospitals. Firefighters and police officers moved with purpose, their training kicking in as they navigated the chaos to save lives. Inbar Vigda, her body riddled with bullets, did not survive. Her family gathered around her, their faces etched with sorrow and disbelief. The loss was palpable, a heavy weight that pressed down on everyone present. But her son, shielded by her love, escaped without a scratch. The boy, though physically unharmed, bore the emotional scars of the ordeal. Rescuers held him close, offering what comfort they could in the face of such tragedy. Her selfless act of sacrifice embodied the indomitable spirit of a mother's love, a beacon of light in the darkest of times. Memorials sprang up in her honor with flowers and candles left as tributes to her bravery. Her story became a symbol of hope and resilience for the entire nation. The hero of October 7th, his clothes stained with the blood of the innocent he had saved, disappeared into the crowd. He had risked his life to pull others from the wreckage, his actions driven by a deep sense of duty and compassion. He sought no accolades, no recognition. His only concern was the safety of those around him. As the chaos subsided, he quietly slipped away, blending into the background, content in the knowledge that he had made a difference. His reward was the lives he had protected, the families he had spared from unimaginable grief. The emotional reunions that followed were a testament to his bravery. Survivors embraced, tears of relief and gratitude streaming down their faces. In the midst of the sorrow, there was a glimmer of hope, a reminder of the strength and resilience of the human spirit. The attack in Tel Aviv was a stark reminder of the ever-present threat of terrorism, a grim testament to the hatred that continues to plague our world. It was a tragedy that cut deep, leaving behind a trail of shattered lives and broken dreams. Yet, amidst the despair, there was hope. Hope in the form of a young mother's unwavering love, a love so profound that she willingly gave her life to protect her child. Hope in the form of a man who twice now had stared into the abyss and emerged victorious, his courage and inspiration to us all. Today, we mourn the victims of this senseless act of violence. We remember Inbar Vigda, her name forever etched in our hearts as a symbol of maternal love and sacrifice. We honor the first responders, their bravery and dedication, a testament to the very best of humanity. And we celebrate the hero of October 7th, his actions, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, courage can prevail. He is a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. The fight against terrorism is not a battle fought solely on the battlefield. It is a battle for hearts and minds, a battle against the forces of hatred and intolerance. It is a battle that demands our unwavering commitment to peace, justice, and understanding. Let the events in Tel Aviv serve as a wake-up call. Let us honor the memory of those we have lost by embracing compassion, by rejecting violence, and by working tirelessly to build a world where such tragedies are relegated to the dustbin of history. Choose courage, choose hope, choose love, for these are the weapons that will ultimately defeat the forces of darkness.